leaving the home front and serving overseas. When questioned, many millennials say they want to do something significant in life before settling down, marrying, and starting a family. Many young Christians are answering God's call to Asia. Our next guest sets it straight on leaving the comforts of home and serving in a different culture. Hannah Larson now lives in Thailand, where she's sharing the good news and helping young Thais caught up in sex trafficking. Hannah, thanks so much for joining us. Why Thailand, of all places?
One of my friends at that time studied abroad in Thailand, and she came back and she was telling me about Thailand, and she learned about human trafficking and sex tourism here. So that just really hit my heart again. And I'm a teacher. I studied education. So when I was in college studying education, I was looking into jobs. I knew I wanted to do missions, and I just got an email out of the blue that said teach English in Thailand, and I'd already been thinking about Thailand. So I just applied for that, and God just really directed all the next steps and led me here.
So let me get it straight here. So you'd never been to Thailand. How hard was it then to leave your family and friends, start a new life in a different culture? I'm sure you experienced culture shock.
Yeah, I just felt so much peace from God to come, and I think that's what helped me feel confident. Even just coming on a one-way ticket, I only had exactly enough money in my bank account for the program and the plane ticket, which I just felt peace about. And once I signed up for the course and the program, God just really confirmed it. I had second cousins that moved to Chiang Mai at the same time as I was moving to Thailand, but I didn't plan that. So God helped use them to help me.
So I guess God really helped you assimilate. And I know you're a teacher, but you're also part of an international organization that's helping young Thai girls caught up in sex trafficking. So tell us about that. How are you helping?
Yes, I'm helping in the organization. When I first joined it, they really needed someone to help actually teach English, to help the women out of the bars. And one way that helps is because the women that are working in the bars want to learn English because all their customers are foreigners. So it's a real open door. So we just began by going and doing bar outreach. We just go into the bars and sit and order soda, a drink, and talk to them. And we made some cards and would just introduce ourselves and invite them to learn English for free or for really cheap. And they were really interested. So we just started by a small English class, and God just helped it grow and grow. And in that, I would teach English, but I would also, with every ending of the lesson, I'd share a Bible verse that connects to the lesson, and I'd do a prayer for them. And through that, just relationship building, I got to know the women more, and they became really interested in God. And through that, after the first half a year, I got really close with a bunch of the students, and 10 of them came to accept Christ in one day. And it was just really God's leading in them and preparing for that. We were doing worship songs and prayer for them. And through that change in their life, they began to see the hope that God had more for them. They're working in the bars because they're from poor families, most of them in the northeast of Thailand, and their families are in debt, a lot of debt. And so they don't really see any other option. And it's the woman's responsibility in Buddhist culture to provide for the family. So she'd have to go and work in the bars, and sometimes her parents knew what she was doing to get the money, and sometimes not. So then we'd start to talk with the woman about, okay, well, what are your dreams in life? How can we help you with that? And at first we started to try to help them get small businesses that they were passionate about. But we realized that not everyone could start. Small business is pretty easy to do in Thailand, but it wasn't right for some of them. So then we started connecting with other organizations also that do different training programs. And so some of them train the women in hair salons, some in bakery. There's often card making and jewelry making that's a part of that. So just finding the right path for each individual woman. And some of them even ended up returning back to their hometowns and sharing with their families about Jesus as well. But also just starting a life there to be with their family. Most of them have children as well that live with their parents in the Northeast, so they're not with their own kids, but they're working to provide for their kids. So some of them felt led to go back and be with their children.
And Hannah, what advice do you have for young millennials who may want to serve overseas and find meaning in their lives and helping others?
I would say seek out God, pray, and seek out opportunities as well, like prayerfully doing that. And don't be afraid and see non-traditional ways to do it too, because there can be ways to even earn money while doing missions. And even if not that, God will provide what's needed.
Okay, stepping out in faith. Thank you, Hannah Larson, for sharing your life with us and what's going on in Thailand. God bless you in the coming year.
Thank you. God bless you too.